This is Sports Drive.
Welcome back into Sports Drive, everybody. We're going to take a quick look at the district standings as promised before we get out of here. So let's pop those up really quickly. Here is a look at the 5A D1 district in our area. Abilene sitting at the top, of course. Abilene taking down Amarillo High last week. The Sandys kept it close, but Abilene will claim the outright district championship now with an open week this week, similar to Bushland's situation. So Abilene on top. You can take a look here now and see Lubbock Cooper in second, and this is where things get interesting, right around this Amarillo High, Tascosa, Monterey area. So Amarillo High facing off against Monterey. If they can do Tascosa a favor and beat Monterey, that would help a lot. But Tascosa ultimately does need to take care of business and beat Coronado, because if Coronado beat Tascosa, that'd be a little bit of an issue. A little bit mixed up here. It should say Tascosa's facing Coronado there, so we'll fix that up. But so that one's a big one. This is what to watch: Tascosa, Coronado, Amarillo High, Monterey. That'll be the matchup to keep an eye on. Tascosa obviously beating Monterey earlier this year, so that certainly helps. And then this matchup is another big one we've talked about a lot already. Paladuro, Plainview facing off against each other. That will be for the final playoff spot. So a huge one there for those two programs. Down here, of course, we mentioned before the year, this district just insane to try to figure out between Randall, Dumas, Canyon, Hereford. So many different ways this could go. So Randall has clinched a share of the district title. That is for sure. That is 100%. Randall will come home with a share of the district title. The question now is what happens here. Canyon, Pampa. Pampa's had a down year, so maybe say Canyon wins that one perhaps, unless, Pampa pulls off a real upset. But Canyon, the way they're playing, maybe you expect them to win that one, say 3-1, okay. Now the question is what happens with Dumas and Hereford. If Dumas wins, you could have as many as 3 teams tied at 3-1, or you could have 3 teams tied at 2-2. So it's really going to be crazy how this all plays out. It's crazy that we're in the final week and we still can't figure this district out, but a lot of different ways this could go. This is just going to be something to monitor all week, and especially, just Friday night, you're going to want to keep an eye on this stuff, because this is going to be crazy how this goes down. Like I said, we could have 3 teams tied at 3-1 or 3 teams tied at 2-2, and that's going to be insane to figure out. West Plains has already clinched a share of the district title. They need to beat Borger in order to take it outright. So we'll see how that plays out. Perryton and Seminole facing off. That could be potentially a pretty big one. Keep an eye on as well. As we mentioned, Bushland claiming the outright district title. Dalhart facing off against Muleshoe. That's going to be big if they want to hold on to second place. Otherwise, we could have 3 teams tied at 2-2 here, as we kind of just mentioned with Coach Reynolds. Canadian, share the district title clinched, looking to clinch it outright with a game against Dimmitt. And then Childress and Friona facing off against each other. That's the second place game. Another huge one there. So that's going to be very, very interesting. And then Spearman, you want to say likely to hold on to that final spot. That's what it's looking like right now. Stratford looking to clinch an outright district title. Panhandle and Farwell, another big matchup to keep your eye on. Groover clinching the outright district title with the changes in this district, or clinching a claim of it rather. They need to beat Boys Ranch this week in order to stake claim to the outright. And then, of course, we mentioned Wellington and Clarendon facing off as well. And Miami and Happy looking to finish their district seasons undefeated. We're going to be right back. That's a look at the district standings. We'll monitor that all week long. We'll be right back to wrap things up on Sports Drive after this.